Hello and welcome to Microsoft's EPM Connect series. My name is Fabrice Roche and I am a Vice President with UMT Consulting. UMT Consulting has been in the business of project and portfolio management for over 18 years. We have successfully deployed project and portfolio management processes and technologies with over 100 clients globally, and we are a gold certified partner of Microsoft. I will be your presenter today. I will share with you some best practices around portfolio selection and will provide an overview of the Portfolio Optimizer module, one of the key components of the Microsoft Office Project Portfolio Server suite. Our agenda for today will cover the following items. What is portfolio selection and what does it entail? What are the key benefits and the value proposition of portfolio selection? How can the technology support the portfolio selection process? To illustrate the last point, we will provide a demonstration of Portfolio Optimizer and will hopefully show you how it can provide a framework for portfolio selection by prioritizing and optimizing portfolios as groups of projects and programs to ensure continuous alignment and support of an organization's strategic objectives. What is portfolio selection? Often, organizations struggle with selecting the right investments for a certain level of funding. How do we make sure that the selected investments are aligned with the strategic objectives? Does the organization have the appropriate and right level of resources to perform the selected projects? How can we do more with less? Or at a minimum, how can we increase the value of the portfolio with the same level of funding? Is it even possible to maintain the same portfolio value with a lower level of funding? Portfolio selection helps to answer the previous questions and provides a framework to make informed decisions on the proposed investments. Some of the key benefits of portfolio selection are about the selection of investments with the highest value relative to the objectives first, the alignment of investments with the strategic objectives, the maximization of the value of the portfolio based on financial and resource constraints, a transparent and objective decision-making and prioritization process. The key value proposition of portfolio selection is to make real improvements on the portfolio value of your investments. Let me briefly describe how using the portfolio selection could help improve the strategic value of your portfolio and ultimately increase the total EBIT associated with your investments. In the following example, we have a first manual selection where we realize 51% of the total portfolio value based on a given budget constraint. By applying optimization techniques, we can improve the value by 31% and increase EBIT. And that is scenario number 2 here in this slide. However, this scenario might not take into consideration some mandated projects, and therefore we need to force those in and create a third scenario still using optimization techniques. In the end, we can increase the strategic value of a selected portfolio by 24% and its EBIT by $137 million, just going from scenario 1 to scenario 3. The Microsoft Project Portfolio Suite supports the entire portfolio management lifecycle, and the Portfolio Optimizer module is specifically designed to implement best practices around portfolio selection. Let's now use the Portfolio Optimizer module and focus on prioritizing, optimizing, and selecting a project portfolio that best aligns with the organization's business strategy. We will utilize an embedded best practice methodology, the Business Alignment Framework, to enforce a rational rather than emotional approach to portfolio selection. To access the Microsoft Portfolio Optimizer, you need to select an organization or portfolio and click on the Optimizer link in the main navigation bar. In this case, we're going to prioritize and optimize the projects in the information technology organization. This optimization route map process diagram summarizes the key steps within the business alignment framework. This best practice methodology helps analysts align their project portfolios with the organization's business strategy. On the left, we see the two main inputs to the portfolio optimization analysis: the business driver definition. The business drivers represent the key strategic objectives of the organization. The new request and approved project request, the portfolio of new and approved project requests that we want to analyze. Analyze portfolio is the main module. Portfolio analysis can be broken into two distinct phases. Prioritization, business driver prioritization, using proven techniques to objectively prioritize the organization's business strategy. Project valuation, which helps prioritize the projects in the portfolio from multiple dimensions. For example, strategic value, financial value, risk, and so on. Optimize project portfolio, which help analysts follow a three-step process. Step 1, charting analysis. Step 2, constraint analysis. And step 3, advanced portfolio analytics. Lastly, select the project portfolio helps create a decision dashboard allowing executives to finalize the portfolio funding decisions. You can load saved analysis or create new analysis as required. But today I will create a new analysis and follow the steps outlined in the business alignment framework. First, prioritize the business drivers. Second, prioritize the competing projects within the portfolio. Third, optimize the projects under varying budgetary constraints and select the portfolio that best aligns with the organization's business strategy. Before you can align your projects to the business strategy, you first need to define a set of actionable and measurable business drivers that clearly articulate the strategic direction and goals of the business. Business drivers are a set of statements that reflect the strategic objectives of the organization in clear, actionable, and measurable terms. For example, expand into new markets and segments, reflecting the growth objectives of the business beyond their current market and segment base. Reduce expense base, which reflects the ongoing focus on managing and reducing costs. Objectively prioritizing the business drivers is the second key step in the business alignment framework. It is extremely important to understand the relative priorities of each business driver rather than manually rank the business drivers according to their perceived importance. The Microsoft Portfolio Optimizer utilizes the pairwise comparison matrix to help executives objectively prioritize the business drivers. In the pairwise comparison matrix, you can see that the business drivers are displayed on the columns and on the rows. You can navigate the matrix from column to row, comparing the importance of each pair of business drivers. For each business driver pairing, we ask a very simple question. How much more or less important is the business driver on the column when compared to the business driver on the row? For example, expand into new markets and segments is strongly less important than reduce expense base. For each business driver pairing, you can select one of the appropriate thresholds. Extremely more important, strongly more important, moderately more important, etc. The pairwise comparison matrix is usually completed by executives in a facilitated session. The main benefit of this workshop is that the executives openly discuss the importance of each business driver. Usually, it is recommended that you first prioritize the business drivers with each executive independently and then have a group session. In this case, I've already uploaded the pairwise comparison completed by the CFO. The Portfolio Optimizer uses the values from the pairwise comparison matrix to automatically derive the relative priorities for the business drivers. You can see that the CFO believes that standardized and streamlined cross-functional processes is the highest priority business driver, whereas improved employee satisfaction is the least important business driver. In addition to the business driver priorities, you also obtain a consistency ratio as an output of the pairwise comparison process. This ratio represents the degree of inconsistency that might have been observed in the pairwise comparison process. You can create charts to assess the divergence of opinion between the executives. This is an important step as ultimately we want to drive consensus around the business driver priorities. Now, let's assume that we were able to gain consensus around the business driver priorities among the various stakeholders, and I'm going to upload the executive consensus pairwise matrix. The next step in the business alignment framework is to prioritize the competing projects within the portfolio. We use the impact matrix to prioritize the project portfolio by assessing the level of contribution that each project has against each of the business drivers. Each project contribution is objectively assessed using the impact statements and thresholds, extreme, strong, moderate, low, and none, shown in the impact definition tab. The impact definitions are defined from KPIs and are used to effectively measure the contribution or impact of each project. The KPIs and impact definition statements have been defined prior to the prioritization and selection process. For example, here, this first project has a strong impact on expanding to new markets and segments, which means that it grows revenue from new market segments by $1 million to $3 million. The Portfolio Optimizer automatically derives the relative priority score or strategic value for each of the projects based on their impact against each of the prioritized business drivers. As these are priority scores, if you were able to complete all projects within the portfolio, you would achieve 100% of the strategic value of the portfolio. Strategic value prioritization is a very important technique, but it is not the only prioritization technique you can use. You can also prioritize the portfolio from other dimensions. For example, financial value or risk. You can also create combined priority scores. So, we have now successfully prioritized the project portfolio. The next phase in the business alignment framework is to optimize the project portfolio. Optimization can be broken into 3 steps. First, charting analysis to develop a better understanding of the portfolio before finalizing funding decisions. Second, the constraint analysis to optimize the portfolio under varying budget constraints and identify the optimal project portfolio. Third, the advanced portfolio analytics to help refine the selected portfolio and ensure alignment with the organization's business strategy. Let's take a look at the charting analysis. Microsoft Portfolio Optimizer includes an advanced charting engine that allows the user to generate charts to evaluate the project portfolio. For example, I will generate a bubble chart template that has already been defined and added to the library. The bubble chart has been generated using the following attributes: On the x-axis, we have the total one-time cost of the projects. On the y-axis, we have the strategic value of each of the projects. The bubble size represents the net present value of each of the projects. The color is the risk level associated with the project. Green, yellow, red. The projects in the top left quadrant with large size and green bubbles are the preferred projects with high strategic value, low one-time cost, high NPV, and low risk. The constraint analysis is the second step in the portfolio optimization process. Constraint analysis allows analysts to run what-if scenarios to optimize the portfolio under varying budgetary constraints. You can select the appropriate constraints to be included in the analysis. As you can see, you are able to apply cost and resource constraints at different levels of granularity. For example, I could select total resource requirements for each project or break down the resource requirements by skill type. For example, project manager or IT architect. For this analysis, I will select the following constraints. Has the cost constraint the total one-time cost? Has the resource constraint the total resource budget? The values are automatically uploaded into the constraint analysis screen. You can see that the projects are still prioritized using the strategic value score. You can also see that all projects within the portfolio cost $74 million and require approximately 900 resources or FTEs. The scatter chart on the right shows the value cost distribution of the project portfolio. The x-axis represents the cost of each project and the y-axis represents their strategic value. What happens if I do not have enough funding to complete all projects within the portfolio? Let's say that I actually have only half of the total budget and the total resources available for the planning period. The portfolio optimizer allows the analysts to enter the budget constraints and run optimization scenarios to recommend the projects that should be selected in the optimal portfolio. In this example, I will add the following constraints in the limit vector. For the cost, $37 million. For the resource, 450 FTEs. If I now click on next step, the optimizer will automatically optimize the portfolio and recommend the projects that best align with the organization's strategic priorities, while considering the constraints and inter-project dependencies. You can see that the recommended portfolio in the scenario that appears to the right of the resource constraint column, circles with green check marks represent projects that have been selected in the scenario. Empty circles represent projects that have been excluded from the scenario. As you can see, with only